Welcome to If Not Now, When? The podcast that dares you to live with purpose. Hosted by Eileen Falcon, certified life mastery consultant, soulful guide, and proud mother of 5. Each episode is a heartfelt invitation to embrace gratitude, growth, and bold transformation.
Hi, I'm Eileen Falcon, and this is If Not Now, When? Hi, welcome to the If Not Now, When podcast. The podcast that will generate conversations with everyday people that are taking chances, making bold moves, and questioning if not now, when. There will be conversations with people that are even curious as to how to even begin to answer that question, if not now, when. My name is Eileen Falcon, and I have had my own if not now moments throughout my life. One very significant 25 years ago that was the catalyst for my own growth, and it got me to where I am today. Today is our first podcast, and so I found it very significant to have my dear friend Karen LaChiana-Keegan with us. We have been friends for 24 years now and have been walking this journey of growth and failures and setbacks and accomplishments together. And so I thought, who else would I want to have as a guest on my first podcast? So without any further ado, I would like to introduce my friend Karen and hear about her if not now, when moments. Welcome.
Thanks, Eileen. I'm really happy to be here. I'm honored that you chose me to be your first podcast, so thank you. When you asked that question, if not now, when, it brings me back 24 years ago, when that question first came up and was very relevant to me. 24 years ago, actually 25 years ago, my brother passed away suddenly, tragically. And as I was dealing with my grief, the loss, I looked at myself and said, is this the life that I want to live? Knowing that my life had just changed drastically. And so I asked myself that question, if not now, when? And, at the time I was, young, and then, living in a situation that was not a healthy situation. And I looked at my life and said, if I leave now, what will I do? If I stay, what will I do? And that question, if not now, when, was really relevant to me. And so I did make that big decision to leave a tough relationship and moved home and had to restart my life. Recover, and really think about what is my life going to be at 31 years old. What am I going to do with my life? So that's really where it all started. Shortly after that time, I met you. And so we've been on this journey together for a long time, each in very different ways. Our lives were very different, but we've always come together. And so I find myself now, 25 years later, looking at my life again and asking that same question, if not now, when? And similarly, I'm in that situation now. What do I want to do with the rest of my life in a work-career balance situation? And I've always laughed that I want to write a book, and I've started, taking classes and all of those things over the years, but I've never done it. And I ask myself, if not now, when? And I'm starting to rethink that question and how do I go about doing this? So that's sort of where I'm at right now, in this crossroads of, do I leave corporate America completely and start something totally fresh, something new? Do I follow my heart and my dreams, which is what I've always told myself I would do? But now I'm at that situation where, okay, let's do it. And how to begin, I don't know, but I'm really trusting in God and in the powers above that I'll make the right decisions and move forward.
Well, that's great because, 25 years ago, 24 years ago, we, came together because of a similar path. You had the loss of your brother, I had the loss of my father, and I think just where we both were at that point, we were questioning the whole picture, not just one area or whatever, but it was just like these aha moments of, okay, now what? Right? This significant loss has happened, and I'm looking at all areas of my life and it's really not producing fruit. And so what am I going to do? So the question, if not now, when, is really very profound and deep when you think about it, because as a society and the words that we use, tomorrow, someday, next week, next year, maybe never, those really get in the way of showing up for yourself. Because when you ask the question, if not now, when, it makes you, okay, when am I going to do it? So when you were back then, 24 years ago, and you asked yourself that question, what were some of the steps that you took to start getting to figuring out what was going to be the next chapter?
Yeah. So good question. At the time, so my brother passed away in 2000. He was 29, so unexpected. He was healthy and well, and it was just a shock to the whole family. So it was really trying to figure out, how do I move forward without my younger brother? We were one of five. I'm one of five, and he was the youngest. So how do we move forward as a family in that sense? And then how do I move forward in my relationship and then, in my career? And so it was one step at a time, one day at a time. Sometimes it was one moment at a time because it was really a challenge. And for a year, I didn't really do anything. I was just grieving. And so little by little, I took different steps. With the grief, I joined, it's called the Compassionate Friends. It was an organization for parents that lost children. And they also had a subgroup for siblings that lost a sibling. So I joined that group along with my parents to help us really understand grief. So that was one step. And then the second step was, looking at my relationship with an alcoholic person. And did I want to live this life? Did I want to continue this life? And so I took steps to grow and to understand that. And after a year, I decided, no, this is not what I want. And so I moved back home and I spent a year with my parents trying to sort it out, really regrowing. And I was working in Manhattan and, I just stayed at the job, and it was actually helpful to have that job and that career, which I stayed at for a long time, probably about 7 years. And then just little by little, it was just getting back on my feet, meeting with friends, taking it, one step at a time, still dealing with the grief and the grief of losing a relationship, and being a 31-year-old, out in the world, trying to become, a professional. And around that same time was 9/11, so the world was really upended as well. And so there were a lot of things that were changing. And so it was really a matter of, okay, what's next? I just put one foot in front of the other and just keep going.
Yeah, I'm really happy and grateful that you said that the grieving process isn't going to be fixed overnight, and that you allowed yourself to give yourself time, to process the loss, not only of one relationship, but then questioning, another relationship that wasn't healthy, and, getting support by going to the compassion group. And, thank God that they do have those kind of groups, bereavement groups and stuff, because grieving is tricky. There are 5 stages to it. And, you think you go through one and you're on number 2 and you go back to 1. And so I'm happy that you gave yourself permission, because again, that question, if not now, when, it's not going to change overnight, right? Even if you ask the question, but it starts the conversation. Like, if not now, when? And if I choose to do something, what does that look like? So it sounds like you had a game plan. I'm going to go get support. I'm going to move out. I'm going to give myself time and stuff like that, and taking life one day at a time. We live in a very fast society, instant gratification. Everything has to be fixed right away or be given or achieved. And that's not the reality of life, right? So what would you tell a listener that might be questioning, if not now, when, whether they're going through questioning a relationship, a new career? What would you suggest?
I guess, for people that are asking that question of themselves, and, I think that question comes up a lot in different situations for people. I'm just listing 2 examples of where it came up for me, but there's probably been many times in my life where I've asked myself that question. And like you said, it's not overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't have the answers. I would just suggest take it one day at a time. Maybe, write out a list of things that you want to do, dreams, or, as big as they can be or as small as they can be. Nothing has to happen right away. But at least if you have an idea of what you want to do, what you like to do based on your values, your passions, your interests, make that list. And then, little by little, think about what is one simple step that I can take to get to that next big goal. The goal can be very big, but each of the steps can be very small. Maybe I want to, be a filmmaker. Well, how does that happen? Maybe doing some research on how do you get started on being a filmmaker? How do you buy a camera? Or how do you write a story? So one step at a time, just taking those little things, and be gentle with yourself. I think that's the biggest key, is just being gentle, really letting yourself think and feel, and keep it simple. And, progress, not perfection, which is one of my slogans that I love, because, we all want to be perfect. But every day, if you take one small step, you're going to make progress. So you don't have to do everything all at once, because then that's overwhelming, and then you don't do anything. Sometimes you don't do anything. So I think just one step at a time, and just, listing out what you want to do, and, it'll lead you somewhere at that point.
Yeah, so when I'm working with my clients and they talk about, I got to do this and I got to do that, I liken it to the pizza pie, right? So there's 8 slices to a pie generally, and we can't eat the whole pie in one bite, right? It's one slice, one bite. So to your point about the goals, where do I even begin? If not now, when? Where do I begin? Like, what does that even mean? It's that simple, right? Get a piece of paper, write down what you're thinking, put a word in the middle of the paper, and then just write all around that word and start branching out with ideas. And even if they're outlandish, I do an exercise with the clients about, I know I can, maybe I can, and outlandish goals. And once I know I can do something, then I can move if I can do that, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do the research. Maybe I can talk to other people. And then the outlandish dream of me, be a filmmaker or an author or whatever, it's like, where do you begin? It's literally one bite at a time, one step at a time. So I'm grateful that you have those, profound little slogans, statements, whatever you call them, that have helped you keep things simple, right?
Yeah. And it is, it can be overwhelming. How do I start writing a book? Like I've been talking about this for a long time, and I'm not there yet. But over the years, I've taken writing classes and I journal every day. I've taken the course, The Artist's Way, by Julia Cameron. And, when you have a writer's block, she teaches how to overcome it. And daily writing is one of those steps that I do. I love to write in that way. And so for me, that's one step that I can do every day. It just lets me write on the paper. Hay House is another organization that I follow, and I've taken some of their writing, courses. So I have steps, I've taken steps, I just haven't gotten there yet. And that's the key, is yet. It's on my list of things and I've taken little steps. But again, I'm in this frame right now, if not now, when? So why not now? I have some free time and I can, take bigger steps maybe to get to that goal. Maybe writing a blog, which I've never done. So I think right now this crossroads that I'm in of taking the time to think through it is going to really help me. So.
Yeah. And, again, I referenced before, certain words that we tell ourselves and that life gives us a reason. Not now. I have too many kids. It's not the right time. Everybody needs me. I'm selfish for even thinking about putting me first or whatever tomorrow, or in the new year, and procrastination is a big deal. And a lot of people suffer with it, myself included. But, the catalyst for my growth was similar to yours was, my father, went into the hospital for a simple surgery and didn't come out. And that just really woke me up to, we're only here once. What am I doing with it? Yes, I have responsibilities, but what more do I want out of life? And it really just gave me the permission, the grieving process, absolutely. But also what else is there? What else can I be? What else can I do, have, give, create, and stuff like that? And so it really started making me curious, who am I besides being a wife, daughter, mother, friend? What else am I capable of? So it really set me out on a quest of, if not now, when? When are you going to do it, Eileen? And what I've learned about myself in the last 25 years is, I don't know who's the director of my story, but I like it, and I'm looking forward to more, Mm-hmm. So where do you think you're at now? What are you hoping for?
I'm thinking big picture, retirement at some point. And I kept saying to myself, when I retire, I'll have all this free time and I could write the book. That will be my thing. But now I'm also I'm not ready to retire yet. And, maybe I need to take an extra step to move forward so that when I'm ready to retire, I'll already have started. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's where I'm at right now is, maybe taking bigger steps than I've done in the past, because I've been dabbling, put my toe in and, I like it, and then I take a step back. And I think one of the things that you said is that the value and the self-worth of, am I really a writer? I'm a writer because I write every day, but am I a writer? Can I really write that book? What would it be about? And those are the big questions. But if I break it down one question at a time, it might be easier for me to then jump through and make that breakthrough.
So, with all the if not now moments that have already occurred, and learning how to keep it simple, one day at a time, question what's out there, showing up, that's half the battle. showing up. Stop waiting for tomorrow. Stop waiting for somebody else to do it, right? You know, again, I just want to, continue to encourage you to keep growing, right? You know, you've tapped into potential, but there's so much more, right? And the next chapter, it's like a blank slate. So who knows? A year from now, we'll do another interview and we'll see what's occurred in the last year.
Yeah, I think that's great. And like you said, it is an open book. It's a blank page. And, the opportunities are there if I want them there. And, it's really up to me to take those steps and do it. And, if I don't like it, then I don't like it. But if I don't try, you'll never know. So, yeah, I'm really excited for what's coming, and I'm excited for you and this podcast. And it's a really great question. It's a very difficult question sometimes to answer, but if not now, when? It's always something to kind of get your mind going and the juices flowing.
Great. And for those of you that are questioning, if not now, when, if you want to get in touch with me, reach me through my website, ifnotnowwhen.life, and let's have a conversation. Thank you.